Hi guys, the Mighty Self on here, and today is a really special video because I managed to get top 32 in YCS Brighton, which is amazing, and I can't believe I managed to get that far. I'm still a bit in shock when I think of 32 people out of 750 on my first big tournament. It is really amazing. I'm thrilled. This video is basically a tournament report, just basically say how I did, what happened and stuff. If you were checking the event coverage, you might have seen my name, Rhys pop up a few times, because I stayed really high up on the tables all through the day, which was really surprising. Game 1. We'll go into tournament report. Game 1 was against Six Samurai, but he said he hadn't played Yu-Gi-Oh that much, so he misplayed quite a few times, trying Masakani Magatama stuff that didn't actually destroy. So I won that game 2-0 quite easily. I was 1-0 at that point, so I was like, oh, that's a good start, but don't take too much from that. Game 2, I was a lucky little person, and both games I had BLS and Monster Reborn. It was I was against a cool Chaos deck, and he sided into Vanti's Fiend and Soul Exchange. It was really interesting. Game 1 was really slow. Game 2 was a bit faster, but it was really interesting. But I just really drew amazingly, and he just had nothing to stop it. So 2-0, I was like, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Game 3 was I was on table 1, which was nice, and I was against Six Samurai again. And this build had in main deck Zangis, and it had game 2 he had 2 Great Shogun Shien. Both games Spirit Reaper really came into its own, main decking those Spirit Reapers. Basically game 2 I won the first game. Game 2 he had Catastor, Zangji, Grandmaster, and 2 Great Shogun Shien, but with the help of Herald of Orange Light and the set Spirit Reaper, an Agent Mystery Earth and a BLS, I managed to get rid of it all, and that won me the game. That was pretty awesome. I was really happy with that. Game 4 was against TG Stun, and that was a really hard match. First game, 3 Hyperion in the end, won it. Hyperion, warning, another Hyperion, Bloodby Brynac, another Hyperion, Bloodby back row game. So that was pretty lucky as well. The second game I lost because Barbaros and Familiar Chalice just put on too much damage. I was down to 800, and then I pushed him down to 1300, but then he used Skill Drain to take himself down to 300 and won over my Gakshuf game. What else? And then game 3, I can't remember, but I won it. So that was the first game I dropped all day. Well, first game I dropped. So that was I was on 4-0 at this point. I was like, wow, I actually really have a chance. Round 5 was against a mirror match, TG Agents, and yeah, it was pretty much exactly my build. And that was really fun. Just it's all about Hyperions. There's just Hyperions and Agents flying around the field and Heralds, and it was a really fun game. And I managed to win that 2-0. Round 6 was my first Rabbit deck. My first out of I eventually saw 4, and yeah, it was that one. I lost game 2, but won game 1 and game 3. Game 2, he managed to do Rabbit and Maggie and stuff. Game 1 and 3, I just shut him down with Bottomless as warnings and Heralds of Orange Light, and he just never saw Lagia. So then he lost, basically. Game 7 was another Rabbit. It was Marvin Weber, who ended up going 3rd, and he beat me 2-1. I managed to take a game off him. That was really close. It was a good game. And then round 3 was against so that point I was at 6-1. Yeah. And then round 8 was against another Rabbit deck, and I was tied by this point, and I was just I was thought at 6-2 I was probably going to get in, so I had a bad hand with 3 Shine Ball or something, so I lost that game to Rabbit again. So I was 6-2 going into day 2. I kind of needed 2 wins to go in a chance of going to top 32. Day 2, first game was against Karakuri, and he never saw a synchro. He just never made a Karakuri synchro. He made a Naturia Beast first turn, game 1, but I had no spells in hand, so it made absolutely no difference. And I made an early Hyperion, and he just never got rid of it. You know, back to like Warning, Bottomless, Herald, and then game 2, you know, I kept on just getting rid of his traps. He had quite a bad hand. I just shooted, got rid of his Max C, and then he had like a Merchant, and he had like Rayo and stuff, and that shut me down for a while. But then he made a Roach, and I ran it over with Venus. And then in the end, I'd whittled him down so much, he only had a Merchant, and he switched for quick. And I just went crazy, and I summoned 2 Hyperions, and BLS, and Ancient Mystery Earth, and Gakshi. And then just took out all of his life points, 7,900 life points. So that was pretty sacky. And then round 10, so I just needed to win this, and I was through to top 32. Well, I was pretty, because I was rank 32 after 9 rounds. And I managed to, game 1 he misplayed terribly, and he just ran into my Mirror Force. He didn't realise I played traps, so that shows Mirror Force is good. And he just ran into a Mirror Force, and I ended up winning that game quite comfortably. Game 2 it was a bit closer, but I think the Hyperion and BLS kind of won it for me. Those 2 cards are they're just amazing. Just dropping them all the time is just amazing. And so I got into top 32, and I was like, wow, who am I against? I look at the listings, and it's Luke Leonard, who's like, he's won some UK pros or something, and he's topped lots of YCSs and things. And so I was like, I got to top 32, I'm really happy. Top 32, this is my prize. So I got that at the start of the game. So I was like, yeah, this is really cool. It's worth about £100, but I'm not trading it. This is my trophy. And so yeah, Luke Leonard, he was playing Rabbit, and he 2-0'd me. Game 1, I had like 2 Shine Ball in opening hand, and I just couldn't deal with his Gold Sark Tour Guide. I can deal with that. And then game 2, I misplayed slightly. I kept on whittling down. I like heralded a Lagia, and we were both kind of on like a few cards. I had a Gakshi, a Venus, and a Gozen match. I flipped Gozen match when he used Rabbit and got up 2 Cabazools. I should have chosen Earth, because then I could have behind Gakshi, but I chose Light, and I forgot that because Gakshi was gone, Venus went on 1600, so he ran it over both Cabazools. They went to the end phase, and all I was left with was a Gozen match. So I drew, it was Herald, I set it, I had like 700 life points, and he had Dark Hole and Monster. If I'd chosen Gakshi, I could have stalled for a bit, but I reckon he would have just run into a out. I checked my next 4 cards, and it was like Mystical Space Typhoon and something like a Shine, no, not Shine Ball. It was something else, not very good. So, bleh, that was a misplay on my behalf, but I don't think it swayed the outcome of the duel at all. So top 32 though, I was really impressed. So much better than I thought. I thought I was going to go like 4-4, 3-5, or like 5-3 at best maybe. So that's amazing. Thanks for everybody who was like there, all my friends and stuff, for cheering me on and not thinking I was being too cocky or whatever. I was trying not to be, but it's kind of hard. And it was just, yeah, it was really fun. It was a great experience. So I'll probably post another deck profile at some point of the deck and just say like what worked and what didn't. Spirit Reapers, I didn't regret maining them at all. I really liked it, just poking for damage, helping you survive a few turns. I really like it, and the side deck seemed to work. So yeah, I'll probably post up a deck profile, just go through cards in detail and stuff. So yeah, for now, this is the Mighty Self on signing out. Top 32.